and be better than ever, because they're going to pull together. You've got great first responders and law enforcement officials that are going to provide the services that are needed. You've got the utility companies, you've got everybody that's pulling together to try to get the basics restored so that the cleanup process can go forward. And it's the sense of community and resilience that you see when you're out there talking to people is uplifting. So despite this tragedy, the human spirit is triumphing around this community. Let me turn it over to, I think, Senator McCauley or Senator Huffman. Who we got? Thanks. Senator Huffman.
Thanks very much, John. I also want to thank. We have an incredible emergency management system in the state of Ohio. Sometimes we talk about how do these things get funded and how are they used, and we know they're used. It's not just in big events like this, but it really hits home on days like this, that through the years, Governor DeWine and the legislature has built out this system that has saved and is saving a lot of lives right now. So I want to thank those folks. They're also want to thank the media for being here, drawing attention, especially a lot of the local media who are here that are going to get these stories out, not just today, but really over the next several months, because as the governor said, the season is upon us. I also should say that although clearly Indian Lake has taken the brunt of this, I was in Auglaize County this morning with Representative King, and there is considerable property loss and injuries in Auglaize and Mercer and Darke County as the storm came along that. So there's we're thinking about those folks too. This is Senator McCauley's district. I used to represent it, he does now, but I'm going to ask the majority leader to come up and talk a little bit. Rob?
Thank you, President Huffman. As he mentioned, my name is Senator Rob McCauley. I'm the state senator for this district. And I'd like to reiterate many of the comments that have already been made. The first responders that so quickly, even as early as last night, and many of whom have spent many hours since last night trying to help out in this area, it's impressed me so much. From counties away in some cases, sprung into action and have come here to help out their fellow neighbor, their fellow Ohioan. I think that's important to note, how quickly these people sprung into action. And frankly, I would like to also reiterate the amount of resilience that we've seen and frankly the hope that we've seen on people's eyes as we've gone through the community. A family we talked to on Orchard Island as we were going out was telling about the experience that they went through and the devastation on Orchard Island and how that's impacted them. But they mentioned that this morning one of the first things they did after daylight came is they observed a flagpole in their front yard that was hanging low and almost touching the ground with the American flag. One of the first things they did was they propped that flagpole back up, because they told me that it was a sense of hope for their community and for Orchard Island to be able to see that flag flying and seeing it upright in the air. That stuck with me, and also coming in this room, and I hope the media will report on how full this room is of everything from diapers to baby clothes to clothes for adults to toiletries to anything for this community to rebound. Frankly, they even told us before we came in this room was going to be full of stuff, and it still didn't prepare me. This is what we were told from a school administrator before we walked in, what they refer to as the lake effect. The community deciding to come together as one and rally around each other in a sign of cooperation for everybody. And so this is impressive. I hope everybody will take notice of this, and it's how Ohioans get behind each other to make sure that they can pick each other back up. So without further ado, I'll introduce State Representative John Cross, who is the representative for this area. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. And I'd like to thank my fellow colleagues, Representative King, Barhorse, and Manchester, for being here as well. We all rally behind Northwest Ohio. We want to get to work. The message that we want to send is, when we called the governor last night, we even sadly had a tornado go through Hancock County, the southern portion. And Governor, thank you for being here. And Lieutenant Governor, thank you for being here, because the message is we're going to get Indian Lake back on its feet as quick as possible. How many nickels, dimes, or quarters it's going to take, we're going to get the money and we're going to fund and get Indian Lake back on its feet. This community has had a challenging time with the issues of the water and the weed vegetation, and we were right there fighting it. And we're gonna be right there to get Indian Lake right back on its feet. And as the media leaves and everyone leaves, we're not leaving. We're gonna stay here and keep working. We're gonna get back to session here soon, and whatever the governor needs funding wise, you tell us. President Huffman will get the check. We'll sign off on it, and off we go. Because we got to get this community back open. This is a community that relies on tourism. We have devastated businesses that lost everything. We need to get these businesses back open. And so our commitment is we are going to be here and we're going to make sure we can do everything we can financially possible to get this community back on its feet and have a great summer and hopefully in the next year rebuild this great community. Thank you, Governor and Lieutenant Governor, for being here very much.
John.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Yep. Thanks, brother. Yeah, get in there.
I'm State Senator Steve Huffman, and I've had a place up on Indian Lake here for 20 years, and I understand what the lake effect. And you know, I've been in this community for 20 years, and I've appreciated it. Every summer coming up here. There are friends out there that have lost their houses that live next to me. I live on Orchard Island. The southern part of Orchard Island is just absolutely devastated. Again, Governor, I appreciate you and Lieutenant Governor Husted, the President. I know you'll come back, and I will be up here this summer just about every day and look forward to helping you any way that I can. So thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sheriff?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Look around this room. This tells you about this community. I had no idea what to expect when I came in here, but look at this. We should be proud as a community. Yes, it was a tragedy beyond description. It looks like a bomb went off out there. I will tell you what, our heart goes out to those that are deceased, those that are injured, those that have lost everything. Just tragic, and we're going to do everything we can to help those people get back on their feet. I want to talk just briefly about first responders. As county sheriff, I could not be more proud of the way the first responders responded last night, be it law enforcement agencies, fire, EMS. I'm telling you folks, it went fantastic. It couldn't have went any better, really. We'll debrief that down the road, and what did we do right, what can we do different, but overall, these people went above and beyond, and I am extremely proud of what they did, and I'm proud to work beside them, and I just appreciate each and every one of them. Thank you all very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Joe Antrim. I'm one of the Logan County Commissioners. And of course, we're heartbroken with the devastation that our community has experienced within the last day or so. But we are resilient, we will work hard, and certainly, the commissioners have made a declaration of disaster here in Logan County, and that can open up resources that can help recovery on so many levels. We do appreciate and acknowledge all of the donations that people have brought in from all over the state. We did want to mention that there is a cutoff of 5 o'clock today to bring those items here to Indian Lake High School. The distribution of all these items for the people in need is going to take quite a lot of effort. And so anyone that, now that you've donated, if you're able to help with the distribution, that would be the next step. And naturally, with all of the acknowledgement of help that's come in the last, several hours, this is going to be a long-term recovery for our community. We're going to need people in the next few days, next few weeks, next few months to recover, but we will recover. We're a resilient community here at Indian Lake. I'm a lifelong resident here, grew up and live here now. And so I've seen a lot. This is one of the harder things that I've had to see happen to our community. But I know we'll get through this as well. Thank you.
Chief?
Hi, I'm Mark Gibson with Indian Fire District there in Russell's Point. This was truly a group effort for everybody. The sheriff, Chief Fryhoff over there, Chief Thompson, the 2 other police departments, and the multitude of other fire and EMS agencies that came in last night to start searching. It was a long night, but they stayed with it and kept searching. And like I say, we finished up about 4 o'clock last night, and then we started again about 8 o'clock this morning to start everything. Had a couple people come in from out of the county, from Union County, to help search. We had the Urban Search and Rescue Team come in from the state to help search also. And the multitude of agencies that came, fire departments from around the area was unbelievable. And we want to thank all those folks for coming and helping last night and today. Thank you.
Okay, we're happy to answer any questions. Well, we have a
Questions
system
about
set up.
money, how they gonna get money.
There's potentially some federal assistance as well, but the state also has some assistance. And I think what we, of course, always look at is, what does insurance cover, but what's not covered. And there's always things that are not covered. And so we're going to, do whatever we can do to try to make these folks whole. We're going to do it for people with their residents, also people with their businesses. The experts are already out, analyzing this paperwork we have to go through. But I just wanted to be here today to say to him, his family, anybody else, we're going to do everything we can, working with the state legislature, to make sure that this community comes back. The main thing that's going to bring the community back is the people, because the people are just strong and they're resilient, and they're gonna bring this back. Look, everybody in this part of Ohio knows about Indian Lake. If you don't have a summer home here, or you know somebody that does. I have a sister-in-law who has a home here. So everybody knows Indian Lake and what a great place it is, and it's going to come back. Who else?
Governor, you mobilized this morning state resources to help out with a lot of different aspects of this. Will you declare a state emergency?
Asking about whether he's going to declare a state
Yeah,
emergency or not.
Certainly will. Let me ask Sima if she wants to add anything to that. Sima? You're right there. Sorry.
Nope. So as we continue to work,
Give me your name and the.
I'm Sima Merrick. I'm the State Emergency Management Director within the Department of Public Safety. So the question is, we will continue to work with the local county emergency management to conduct damage assessment. Those damage assessments are the integral part to assessing loss, insurance, and then moving that forward for financial assistance, recovery, long-term recovery, however that would most affect this community. I do want to mention that Ohio has a very, very robust system. We're very resilient. As it's been mentioned, we have had a lot of first responders and mutual aid come through. We first want to address life safety. Then next, which has already started, are the recovery pieces as well as the damage assessment. That damage assessment is critical to how we get the most amount of financial assistance and recovery assistance into the area. So with that, we'll continue to brief the governor and the lieutenant governor as that comes in, and we'll provide assistance in helping expedite those damage assessments to make those decisions.
The next question is
There-
asking about timeline. What is the
There is not a
for
timeline
people?
because there's a lot of damage. So that we've got to address the life safety, which is being done. Recovery's ongoing, and in that goes the damage assessment, as well as the pieces of talking to each homeowner, and not all homeowners are around. So it takes a little bit of time to do that. We'll do everything we can and throw in the resources forward to assist the county to get those damage assessments completed.
What are your questions?
I don't have anything on the number of buildings. I can just tell you, though, that, as governor, I've responded to a number of different wind-related or tornado-related events. I actually lived through the 1974 Xenia tornado. Building I was in collapsed on top of us and we crawled out. But nothing prepared me in regard to what we've been hearing in the pictures for actually driving around and seeing the damage. There's a tremendous amount of damage here.
Yeah.
I think the loss of life in all likelihood was smaller than it would have been if this had occurred on a weekend in July or June, when more and more people are here. But the damage is very, very significant, and it's quite extensive. I want to mention something else. The Senate President talked about the emergency system that we have constructed in this state over a long period of time. It works exceedingly well. It was executed last night. The other thing that you may not have seen or noticed is that as directly coming out of the pandemic, during the pandemic, our hospitals started working together very, very closely. The smaller hospitals feeding into the bigger hospitals. That system is still in effect, and that system was put into effect last night, and it worked exceedingly well. I don't have the exact numbers, but if you look at this whole part of the state, we had at least 20 people go to different hospitals. I think it was 5 or 6 hospitals where they actually ended up in. So we had great cooperation from hospitals from Toledo to Lima, Dayton, and certainly in Central Ohio as well. So that system worked very, very well. Who else? Sure. Yes.
The grid search have been done. We believe everybody's accounted for. The search and rescue mission is done at this point in time. To the best of my knowledge, everyone's accounted for, and we still only have three fatalities, which when you see this damage, you'll be surprised that was only 3. Yep.
This is more of a local question. Somebody on Facebook wants to know, with the power being out in some areas around the lake, what or how are the sewers going to be back up and running?
Sewers shouldn't have any trouble because they're all generator powered. Water, like Orchard Island, they won't have water till they got electric, and they won't have any heat because the gas has been shut off to the whole island. For your question, there was over 1,700 structures checked for personnel or people trapped in the area.
Yeah, but I'm going to have the sheriff do that.
Yeah, obviously a concern is those that want to loot and type things. I would tell you, I have with outside agencies, and again, we've been blessed with different sheriff's offices, the Highway Patrol, et cetera. I've got tonight at a minimum of 12 deputies coming in from out of county that will be placed strategically throughout the lake to aid Washington Township and Russell's Point in case we do, to stop any kind of activity like that. And that'll happen tonight. And then tomorrow I'll have an additional, probably another 12 or 15 deputies coming in and doing the same thing. Obviously we have to continue to conduct our normal duties. But our brothers and sisters from our other counties have reached out and are willing to help us. So we're going to do everything in our effort as best we can to make sure that those people that want to go out and loot are not allowed to do so. So
Another question people are asking, where do you want them to take debris?
that is a good question.
They're piling it down along the rest area on 366 in Russell's Point. Lakeview, I'm not sure of. The debris that is there at near the helicopter pad, there off the bank road between 33, that's really supposed to be only natural debris. That is not supposed to be for siding and house debris and all that other stuff, nails and metal and all. That's for branches and trees and sawdust and all that. I'm not sure what the story is. I think it remains to be seen what will be happening with the rest of the debris from the demolished homes and structures.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah, this is beyond my expertise. I don't know if anybody wants to take that.
Question.
I can't add this, is that those people behind you and the people who are with the emergency management organizations, when they know that storms are coming, they're already coordinating. They were coordinating a potential response long before the storm hit last night. That's why you see so much progress already made, because that's what you pay for. This is what their jobs are. This is what the investments of the people of this state made in first responders. And they have meteorologists that they work with. They have others to prepare for the moment that these happen. Now, whether it happens that's, as the governor said, that's somebody else's job. But preparing, those folks do it.
Let me just say one final thing. Fran and I were in Cedarville last night, and we're watching the Dayton TV. A lot of times we watch the Columbus TV when we're in Columbus. The information that was coming out was just absolutely phenomenal. You know, to break away from the regular whatever is on and be able to literally watch that TV and see what's coming. It's a huge difference than, you know, a few decades ago. So I just want to thank all of you for doing that. Those of you who are on the air, and it makes a huge difference. Thanks, everybody. Pardon me? Oh, there's no doubt about it. Look, there's no doubt that amount of information saves lives. It is an amazing amount of information, and if you're watching that, you can see exactly where you should be worried, and information is there.
We have one lady that wants to hear us offer some guidance. We have one
Amber
more.
Fagan, Indian Lake Chamber of Commerce President. Please check if you're displaced. United Way of Logan County, that has all the shelters, and the school will be open 24 hours tonight to come get supplies that people need. They're asking no more donations after 5 o'clock, and then at 10 a.m. they're going to accept more donations in the morning. Thank you for everyone who's helped
Thanks,
our
everybody.
community.
Again, we're coming to you live from Indian Lake High School. We've just finished up a press conference with the governor, the lieutenant governor, several different elected officials from around the area, including the Logan County Sheriff Randy Dodds. Several commissioners commented. Governor DeWine was here in Indian Lake, just kind of looking at the damage, assessing the damage, seeing what he can do to help out. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. We will get them answered. So what we're looking at is we're at Indian Lake High School, where tons of people have brought in all sorts of donations. We're looking at diapers, wipes, deodorant, bar soap, body wash.
You know, it's funny. They've all begun to do it again. They're starting to come in again.
Oh my gosh,
I think
yeah.
they stopped to be respectful.
Yes.
But the minute he turned that mic off,
the amount of
they're
people
coming back in.
here is just surreal. If you're somebody that needs something, they're going to be open for at least the next 24 hours. If you want to donate something, they are asking that you cut that off at 5 o'clock tonight. They will pick that back up tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. However, this gym is jam-packed with supplies. If there's something that you need, please feel free to come. However, they're also going out into the community. Indian Lake staff taking buses, packing them, taking them to Russell's Point, taking them to Indian Lake. Just kind of looking through comments here that we have on Facebook. Yes, there were only 3 people that are confirmed to have passed away, unfortunately, due to the tragedy.
You know what I thought was interesting too, and when the governor said he had his sister-in-law has a place up here at the lake.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll have some influence on some of the money.
Maybe
Who
so.
knows?
Maybe so. You know, it's amazing to me the community support that is here today. Just kind of looking through comments. Yeah, they're still saying that Orchard Island is not opened up yet. There's just so much devastation back there on the island. They're saying that is not open at this time. Obviously, there are lots of roadways still shut down around Indian Lake. They are asking for no more volunteers to come to the Indian Lake area. They have tons of help. Don't need any more of that. Again, we're coming to you live from Indian Lake High School, where we've just finished up a press conference with the governor and several other elected officials. Lou, look at this room. This is overwhelming. We are just looking at I can't even put a number on.
I want to try to get some of the background here. You know, Jim Jordan is scheduled to be here in about an hour.
Yes.
An hour and a half or
Yeah.
so. And I don't know. I don't know if we're going to go off or not. What are we doing?
I don't know.
I guess we don't know what we don't know, and we're just going to keep it here for a little bit because there's all kinds of action going on here. It looks like the TV stations from around the state are leaving.
Yep.
But we're the local guy who sticks around.
And we want to be able
everything.
to show people, you know, if you need something, if you're in need, you know somebody that's in need, feel free. Come to Indian Lake High School. They're going to be here for at least the next 24 hours or more. I mean, we're looking at things, at diapers, we're looking at wipes, we're looking at, paper towels, toilet paper, any sort of cleaning supplies. I've seen lots of that. Food, clothing, if you've got a baby, if you are an adult and need things, the amount of stuff that's here is just amazing. The amount of volunteers that are here is amazing.
I'm checking out the food here, see what they got. Well, they have all kinds of stuff. Look at that.
Okay, so if you are wanting to come to the high school, I know that the back end of the lake was kind of open. I've not been out in about 2.5 hours, so I'm not quite sure where everything is open yet.
You know, the funny thing is we're located in this about the second, third level, I guess fourth level of the bleachers. I can't tell you that there's so much stuff. They built a wall around us here.
They have. They
truly let me out. But I think they realize what we're doing is also very important to this community.
Yes.
Let them know what's going on.
They truly have. Just kind of looking at questions that I'm seeing. The reason that they're asking for no more help at Indian Lake, is that they have so many local law enforcement there. They have so many local EMS and people that have come in. They're just saying that unless you're a professional and that you are listed in a professional capacity, that they're just not, they're asking that the average person doesn't come in.
You know, I wanted to ask you, you're getting questions. Can you tell our listeners and viewers where you're getting the questions from?
Oh, yeah. So you can view this live at PeakofOhioTV.com. We are also streaming this on a couple of Facebook pages.
And on the radio. I think it might be off now, but it was on.
We were live on the radio. And, you know, I know lots of people are sharing this. I see that there's 170 people on right now watching. And I think we've had... Oh, gosh. I could see earlier.
Yeah,
I can't see now, but so many people are sharing.
That's only Facebook, not counting.
Correct.
We're on another Facebook page. We're on PeakofOhioTV.com. We're on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So I think we might have hit, because we were peaking out. I bet you were close to 1,000 viewers, counting all the other distribution.
Yeah. You know, somebody on here just commented and said, wow, the community is really rallied. I love to see it. You know, I can't describe to you enough what it's like to look in this room and just see the mass amount of people that are here willing to help, even people that are trickling in that need things. They're coming in and saying, my house is gone, or hey, my neighbor needs this, or hey, what can I do? People are here. I'm looking, I see staff members, I see community members, I see students, board members, athletic directors. I mean, and I'm not talking just from Indian Lake schools. There are people here from every school in Logan County. It's amazing to see students here are helping out, law enforcement. It's nice that everybody can kind of take this break, talk about things that are happening, talk about a plan on what's next.
So they're still asking questions on Peak of Ohio.
Yeah. Yep.
On 98.3 WPKO.
Yep. So I'm
Facebook
looking.
page. Right.
I do know that 33 is still closed at 117. So I would say if you're coming, come around that backside of Indian Lake High School. It is amazing. It is so surreal to see this. It's not only the Indian Lake community, however, it is small town Ohio. Logan County's really come out and are doing some amazing things.
Review. I think we're going to lose.
I'm going to see if I can go down there.
Yeah, I think you
talk.
can. He seems to be giving other people interviews here, and I know you wanted to talk with him, so I guess you're stuck with me. And now we're getting a good view of what's going on here. There we go. Glad they turned off that mic down there because we're getting in some personal conversations earlier. We're going to find April here shortly. Oh, there's April. April's pretty good. She's one of our. She's a really good news director, and she's not afraid to put that phone in his mouth. There we go already. She's in front of Tim. There she goes. She's got it already. She's a good one. There you go. So you're going to see this as well as you'll probably hear it on the news tomorrow, because April changed her plans that she's been looking forward to for a long time, just because she wants to keep servicing the community, because this thing is going to go on for a while. I'm not sure. People have asked us about the maple syrup festival. It's not totally off yet, so I don't know. I asked Amber. They're not making any decisions yet. April 8th, of course, is still going to be on. And this summer, they're hoping that we have some of these businesses back up and running. And we have several businesses that didn't get affected by this storm. It was kind of weird. It had like a real narrow path. This is really neat that they, when I first heard he was closing the school, and I thought, maybe have a shelter. I was thinking to be like 1 or 2 tables full of stuff. But boy, oh boy, are we packed to the gills. And I can say that because I'm leaning on diapers right now. They literally put a mountain of stuff around me. I'm in a fortress. And they're putting it on my equipment here for a while. They didn't know where to put all this stuff. There's so much. So much. I'm going to show you an area we did not look at before. It's way back there. Can't close in on that. I'm not quite. Oh, yeah, that's food. So that's the other half of the food pantry, so to speak. So we can back out a little bit, and so you see all the coats. And then we got the other. This is a huge gym. This is not a small gym or an auxiliary gym. This is the gym. And Indian Lake is a nice sized gym. I heard Amber say the YMCA is open for showers and stuff like that. And the YMCA in Bell Fountain, obviously. Of course, we are on the internet, and who knows, maybe they think it's the YMCA in, I don't know, another city. But we're going to stay here just a little bit longer and find out more about what's on the agenda next. We're gonna keep this stream going. I'm gonna check out the agenda and see when Jim is gonna be here.
You've been putting threes up here?
Pull the tripod, please. Okay. Sorry.
Oh no, I want to keep the system too.
I think you're done.
Yeah, just get the shit.
Which row are you looking for? One, the newborn. I have a pile of ones right there, that small pile. This one? Yep. You're gonna go down a little bit.
I don't know how much louder we can say that we need the bleachers for storage.
Yep. You just want us to put it on TV? Yep. Well, they want. Yeah, all this stuff moved. But I guess someone else is coming now. That's why Channel 10's not. Some Thompson? I don't know. Over it. Yeah.
Where's our
And you're gonna stay around and talk, help do something.
Yeah. Go out. Get stuff on.
I think what we're going to do, I just found out Jim will be here at 4:45, so we will sign off now until he comes back. So we're going to sign off here at PeakofOhioTV, and we will be back on the air live. You'll probably get notices via Facebook or YouTube when Jim arrives. He's coming from West Virginia, so we will do that. Thank you so far for, thank you.